The world which we seek is a cooperation of free countries working together in a friendly, civilized society. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay the price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, in order to assure the survival and the success of liberty. This much we pledge and more. For the land of the free and the home of the brave, with liberty and justice for all. Our Statue of Liberty beckons the world to give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free to our shores. Our security emanates from the justness of our cause, the force of our example, and the tempering qualities of humility and restraint. This nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. After 9/11, George W. Bush, or on 9/11, George W. Bush told the American people that a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist attacks had just attacked our fellow citizens and our way of life, and our very freedom came under attack. FDR said January 6, 1941, that we as Americans believe in four essential freedoms: freedom of speech and expression, freedom of religion to worship God in our own way everywhere in the world, the freedom from want to have a healthy peacetime life, and to have a freedom from fear, such as a worldwide reduction of armaments. O ye that love mankind, that dare oppose not only the tyranny but the tyrant, stand forth. Every spot of the old world is overrun with oppression. Freedom hath been hunted round the globe. Asia and Africa have long expelled her. Europe regards her like a stranger, and England hath given her warning to depart. O receive the fugitive of freedom, and prepare in time an asylum for freedom for mankind. The preamble of the Constitution says we need to secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, for we, the people of the United States of America. Nevada's preamble says that we, the people of the state of Nevada, grateful to Almighty God for our freedom, in order to secure its blessings, ensure domestic tranquility, and form a more perfect government, establish this Constitution. When it comes to the language of fighting against Russia in defense of Ukraine, the free world is fighting to defend Ukraine. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country could do for you, but what you could do for your country. America, in the face of our common dangers in this winter of our hardship, let us remember these timeless words. With hope and virtue, let us brave once more the icy currents and endure what storms may come. A man like Roark is on trial before society all of his life. But who does that indict, Howard Roark or society? Our aim should be to help the free peoples of the world through their own efforts to produce more food, more clothing, more materials for housing, and more mechanical power to lighten their burdens. That's Truman, 1949. Guard with jealous attention the public liberty. Suspect everyone who approaches that jewel. Unfortunately, nothing will preserve it but downright force. Whenever you give up that force, you are inevitably ruined. Patrick Henry, 1788. This nation has placed its destiny in the hands and heads and hearts of its millions of free men and women, and its faith and freedom under the guidance of God. Freedom means the supremacy of human rights everywhere. Our support goes to those who struggle to gain those rights or keep them. Our strength is our unity of purpose. To that high concept, there can be no end save victory. We have sought no territory. We have imposed our will on none. We have asked for no privileges we would not extend to others. Truman, 1949. At a moment when the outcome of our American Revolution was most in doubt, the father of our nation ordered these words to be read to the people. Let it be told to the future world that in the depth of winter, when nothing but hope and virtue could survive, that the city and the country, alarmed at one common danger, came forth to meet it. 2009, Barack Obama. We are aided by all who desire freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to live their own lives for useful ends. Truman, 1949. With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking his blessing and his help, but knowing that here on earth God's work must truly be our own. Pierce v. Society of Sisters, 1925. We have the right to educate our own children as one chooses. And that's made applicable to the states by the force of the First and the 14th Amendments by Meyer in the state of Nebraska. 1923, the same dignity is given the right to study the German language in a private school. In other words, the state may not, consistently with the spirit of the First Amendment, contract the spectrum of available knowledge. That comes from 1965, Griswold v. Connecticut. Because the beauty of the human body is that it hasn't a single muscle which doesn't serve its purpose. And there's not a line wasted, that every detail of it fits one idea, the idea of a man and the life of man. Let's get one more in here. Since the beginning of our American history, we have engaged in change, in a perpetual peaceful revolution, a revolution which goes on steadily, quietly adjusting itself to changing conditions. Without the concentration camps or the quick climb in the ditch, the world order we seek is the cooperation of free countries working together in a friendly, civilized society. It's FDR, 1941.